Chapter 81 Long Fan Team. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Didn't I say that? You can also use the so-called hidden weapons. Dugu Yan raised the corners of his mouth, took out a pair of gloves from the storage soul guide, and slowly put them on his hands. That's offending. Tang San withdrew the 8-spider spear and used Ghost Shadow Trace again to wander around Dugu Yan looking for opportunities to attack. He didn't believe that other parts of Dugu Yan's body were as defensive as Dugu Yan's hands. Soon, with Dugu Yan showing no intention of defending, Tang San, who felt humiliated, found a suitable opportunity to attack. A stern look flashed in his eyes, and he used the Tang Sect's various techniques to use all the hidden weapons he could bring out, throwing them at all parts of Dugu Yan except his vital parts. Jingle, clang, clang. However, the extremely embarrassing scene that Tang San had imagined of Dugu Yan being attacked by a hidden weapon because of his arrogance did not appear. Instead, Dugu Yan turned around and held all the hidden weapons, and instantly came to him, raised his hand and pinched him. His neck and lifted him up. Are you convinced? Dugu Yan couldn't hide the smile at the corners of her eyes and eyebrows. She was seeking justice for her best friend Ling Ling. After all, Tang San also treated Yi Lingling in the same way when he was in the Soto spiritual arena, asking Yi Lingling to heal the injuries of Tang San's teammates. If my powerful hidden weapons hadn't been stolen along with the 24 bridges and Mingyue Yi, I would have been able to break your defenses. Being choked by Dugu Yan, Tang San had some difficulty speaking, but his ugly face was clearly very unconvinced. Hee. If you lose, you lose. Tang San, can't you afford to lose? Dugu Yan was full of disdain. Tang San was already having trouble breathing because Dugu Yan pinched his neck and lifted him up, but now he was told by Dugu Yan that he couldn't afford to lose, and he almost fainted with a roll of his eyes. Classmate Dugu Yan. I already know your strength, put Tang San down quickly. Seeing that Tang San had no intention of bowing his head, and Dugu Yan had no intention of letting go of Tang San, Xiaogang, who knew Tang San's character, quickly stopped. That's fine. Just a person who can't afford to lose. I really can't afford to compete with him. After saying that, Dugu Yan threw Tang San out of his hand like a hot chicken. He didn't even bother to look at it again. He took off the gloves and threw them on the ground, then returned to Shenfan's side. Grandmaster. How? Dugu Yan's mission had been completed, and Shenfan knew it was his turn to speak. Incredible. Xiaogang didn't expect that he would actually use this word. Okay. Now that you've said that, you probably have nothing to say to me about forming a new team. At this time, Lu Erlong, who had been silent until now, suddenly spoke. What is this? 2 dragons. Isn't this more proof that it is the best arrangement for Shenfan and Dugu Yan to join the original Shrek team? After seeing Dugu Yan's strength, Xiaogang was even more reluctant to let him go. Why are you so self-righteous? Shenfan has already said that if he wants to join the team, he must bring Ling Ling with him. You have already kicked out Ma Hongjun and Oscar. Who are you going to kick out as the third person? As the halo around Xiaogang disappeared, Lu Erlong truly saw more and more shortcomings in Xiaogang. Hearing this, Xiaogang first looked at Dai Mubai and Zhu Zhuqing, quickly shook his head, then looked at Ning Rongrong, also quickly shook his head, and then quickly glanced at Tang San. Finally it rested on Xiao Wu's body. Grandmaster. Are you planning to kick me? Xiao Wu saw Xiaogang's eyes resting on her and didn't leave for a long time, so she immediately said angrily. Teacher. As soon as Xiao Wu's voice fell, Tang San, who had been pretending to be transparent after losing to Dugu Yan and being insulted by Dugu Yan, could no longer pretend anymore. For Tang San, if Xiaogang wanted to kick anyone else, he wouldn't say anything, but if he wanted to kick Xiao Wu away, this would definitely not work. Little 3. I just want Xiao Wu to be a semi-main player, not to kick Xiao Wu away. Just like Hongjun and Xiao Ao. Among the original Shrek team, Xiao Wu's soul power level was the lowest. At first, Yu Xiaojiang chose to kick out Ma Hongjun and Oscar instead of Xiao Wu because of Tang San, but now there is one more member of the main team, and whether the others are Dai Mubai and Zhu Zhuqing, or Tang San and Ning Rongrong, they are all indispensable combat forces in the team, so Yu Xiaojiang can only make his own plans. To Xiao Wu, who had no effect. No. I disagree. To Yu Xiaojiang's expectation, Tang San didn't give him any face as a teacher when it came to Xiao Wu. You. Ugh. Shen Fan. Can we discuss this? How about letting Yi Lingling be a semi-main player, that Yu Xiaojiang also knew what position Xiao Wu held in Tang San's heart. Seeing Tang San's firm gaze, he could only give up the idea of kicking Xiao Wu away and discuss it with Shen Fan instead. All right. Yu Xiaojiang. Are you done yet? It's just a matter of forming a team. I have already discussed it with Flender. It's just that you are dissatisfied with the allocation of this team. For the sake of past friendship, I did not come out to stop you. I plan to give you a chance to convince everyone in the end. But what about you? Shen Fan has already made it very clear, but you are still nagging here. Is this interesting? Why didn't I realize you were so selfish before? In order to satisfy your apprentice, you have to make others make concessions. Why? Does anyone owe you anything? Before Shen Fan could speak, Lu Erlong pointed at Yu Xiaojiang and said angrily. 2 dragons. What are you doing? Yu Xiaojiang was dumbfounded. Do not talk. I declare now. Shrek's Long Fan team is officially established. The captain is Shen Fan, the vice-captain is Dugu Yan, and the team members are Yi Lingling, Ning Rongrong, Xiao Wu, Zhu Zhuqing, and Jiang Zhu. I will be the leader of Shrek Longfan's team. Who approves? Who objects? After saying that, a quasi-contra pressure from Lu Erlong enveloped the entire office, making Yu Xiaojiang, Tang San, Dai Mubai and others who wanted to express their objections blush, but they couldn't say a single word. Not coming out. Very good. No one spoke against it. It seems that after the final discussion, you all support my arrangement. Then the matter is happily settled. Shen Fan, come with me. Lu Erlong nodded with satisfaction, deliberately not looking at Yu Xiaojiang, Tang San, Dai Mubai and others, and left with Shen Fan and others. Chapter 82 Using the God of Your Choice. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Inside Friend's office. Teacher. Are we just going to let this go? That when Shen Fan and his party all left the office, Lu Erlong's soul power pressure disappeared, and Tang San, who had regained his freedom, couldn't help but speak urgently. Of course we can't just let it go. Yu Xiao just happened to see the opportunity to make himself famous in Tang San, Shen Fan and Dugu Yan. Not to mention Lu Erlong alone, even Bibi Dong could not stop him from taking Shen Fan. There is also Dugu Yan's decision to join his team. Xiaogang. What else do you want to do? Flanders frowned. Nothing to do. Since you can't be trusted, Lu Erlong can't be trusted either. Then I can only wait for Xiaosan's father to come back before worrying about it. Yu Xiaojiang said lightly. What? Xiaogang, are you crazy? Flanders was shocked, he did not expect that Yu Xiaojiang actually wanted to use Tang Hao to force Lu Erlong and Shen Fan. I'm not crazy, but you and Lu Erlong have changed. After Lu Erlong's backstabbing and Flanders' silence today, Yu Xiaojiang felt that after not seeing each other for 20 years, their feelings for each other had faded after all. What nonsense are you talking about? How have Erlong and I changed? Don't you feel guilty for saying that? Conscience of heaven and earth, Flanders believed that apart from wanting to pry Lu Erlong into a corner, his brotherly love for Yu Xiaojiang had not changed at all, otherwise he would not have agreed to support Lu Erlong's decision to detach. Just a few words from Yu Xiaojiang made the two of them at odds with each other. Similarly, although Lu Erlong said that he was tired before, Flanders did not think that Lu Erlong had changed. After all, if Lu Erlong really changed, with Lu Erlong's fiery temper, if Yu Xiaojiang dared to jump out and make nonsense, he would have been slapped away by Lu Erlong. You clearly know what I want, but you just made the decision to split the team in two. Is this still called unchanged? Flanders, ask yourself. If it were in the past, would you and Lu Erlong insist on dividing one team into two teams regardless of my ideas? That you Xiaogang brought up the old matter again and silenced Flanders again. At the same time, just when Flanders' office became quiet because of Yu Xiaojiang's words, Shen Fan and his party, led by Ning Rongrong, came to another top-notch restaurant opened by Qibao Glazed Sect in Tiando City. Eat in the hotel, just like last time. This time Shen Fan also took out a physical enhancement treasure to share with the girls, and the girls naturally had to refine it. After a while, when the group returned to the academy, it was already approaching early morning again. Yen. Would you like to sleep in my room today? Walking into the villa, when Yi Lingling wasn't paying attention, Shen Fan grabbed Dugu Yan, who was about to wash up, and said softly. Kindness. I'm going to wash up first. Dugu Yan thought Shen Fan wanted it, so she blushed and agreed. Row. Then I wait for you. Looking at Dugu Yan with a blushing face, Shen Fan knew that Dugu Yan had misunderstood, but he did not explain it and was going to give Dugu Yan a big surprise later. It is good. Dugu Yan returned to his room shyly. System. Use a god of your choice for me. Here, we don't know how long it will take for Dugu Yan to wash up. Shen Fan plans to try this method of choosing a divine position first, so that he can have experience to give guidance to Dugu Yan later. Successfully using the god of your choice. Please choose a god. The first sentence is from the diary system, and the second sentence is the voice from the chosen god. Choose a god. It seems that the creator god is the strongest in Douluo continent, right? Never mind. Just pick any one. Anyway, the gods in Douluo continent are all over the place, and the only thing I'm interested in is the infinite lifespan given by the gods. I'll choose the god of creation. Shen Fan thought for a while and said. Are you sure you want to choose the god of creation? Asked the self-selected god floating in front of him. Determine. Shen Fan nodded. The selection of the god position was successful. After saying that, the light ball transformed into the self-selected divine position sank into Shen Fan's forehead, and at the same time, the voice sounded again. The first of the 9 tests for the god of creation has begun. The content of the first test: complete the transition from boy to man. Task reward: random. Task time: no limit. Mission completion: completed. After testing, the test taker has completed the first of the 9 tests on the god of creation. Raise the level of the divine examiner to the first level of the Crimson Profound Realm. The content of the second test: form a team of beautiful girls to participate in the elite competition. Task reward: random. Task time: no limit. Mission completion: 6 out of 7. At this point, the voice of choosing one's own god position stopped. No. Is this divine test that simple? I have already completed the first of the 9 exams without saying anything or doing anything. If Bibi Dong finds out about this, why not make her angry? Shen Fan was a little dumbfounded and complained in his heart. Never mind. It seems like I haven't written much in my diary today. Now, while Yen hasn't finished washing, I'll write in my diary first. If you have anything you want to complain about, you can definitely complain in the diary, and you can also get points. Thinking of this, Shen Fan stopped wasting time and took out his diary and started writing directly. I just used a god of my choice. The chosen god is the god of creation. Of course, this is not important. What is really important is that in less than a minute, I have completed the first of the 9 exams, and because of completing the first exam, my cultivation level has reached the first level of the Crimson Profound Realm in one fell swoop. There is no way. The main thing is good luck. Who asked me to take the first test to complete the transformation from a boy to a man? Didn't this already happen on Yen's body not long ago? Jia. Douluo e Dugu Yan. Douluo Qian Ren Xue in the live broadcast room. Comparing people with each other makes people mad. If my divine test were that simple, I would already be an angel god by now. Douluo Hulaina in the live broadcast room, I don't know what the content of Shenfan's second test is. Douluo Yibadong in the live broadcast room, it should increase the difficulty. Otherwise, I really feel like I'm a big injustice. Speaking of words. I was just thinking. If Bibi Dong knew how quickly I completed the first test of the God test, would she be furious? If I continue to tell her that my second test is several times easier than the first test, will she kill me? Douluo Yibadong in the live broadcast room, I not only want to kill you, I also want to kill the Rakshasa god. Bibi Dong was extremely depressed. Douluo Rakshasa god in the live broadcast room. Chapter 83 Powerful HiSi. You are listening at novelfull.audio. My second divine test task is to form a team of beautiful girls to participate in this elite competition. According to the mission prompts, my team now has 6 beautiful girl teammates. Now I only need to find another beautiful girl to join the team, and I can complete this mission. Douluo Yibadong in the live broadcast room, Douluo Ren Xue in the live broadcast room, it's simply outrageous. What I am worried about now is not how to complete this task, but who should be chosen as the 7th beautiful girl member of the team. The 7 members of Ren Xue team are all good, especially Xue Binger, who is my favorite character in Douluo One World. None of them. Unfortunately, neither Xue Binger nor Xue Yuer can join my team. Douluo Yishui in the live broadcast room said, I never expected that Shenfan's favorite would be my sister. I used to see him talk about the 3 beauties of Shrek or the 3 beauties of Wuhandian. I always thought that Shenfan liked them the most. Speak. Younger sister. Why don't you go to Shenfan's team? If you're lucky, you can come back as a god. At that time, our Xue family will be able to lift all boats as the tide rises. Douluo Xue Binger in the live broadcast room. Fire Dance from Team Blazing and the 7 girls from Team Plant are also very good. Unfortunately, they are also unable to join my team. The remaining member of the Alien Beast Academy, Ran, is also a beauty. However, she seems to have a good impression of Tang San. It seems a bit inappropriate to let her join the team before I can deal with her. In the live broadcast room, Douluo Yiming still said, How do you want to get rid of me? Douluo Yishuiuir in the live broadcast room, do you still need to ask? Of course I'll use that rock-shaped artifact to get you. Douluo Yiming still said in the live broadcast room. The girls in the live broadcast room. How about letting Ren Xue join? She is not over 25 years old and can participate in the elite competition. As long as I tell Ren Xue that I know her true identity, I am not afraid that she will not join my team. Forget it, I'm not strong enough now. Although beating the Soul Emperor at the first level of the Crimson Profound Realm is as easy as beating a sun, if you deal with a title Douluo, you're still asking for trouble. What's more, Ren Xue or the 3 beauties of Wuhuan Palace are my default treasures. If there is a conflict with them, wouldn't it mean that the floods have washed away the Dragon King Temple and one of my own people will beat my own people? Douluo Wuhandian Sanmei in the live broadcast room. Yes. It suddenly occurred to me that there is a person who is very suitable. That is, my double ponytail white Agarwood. Douluo Bai Qinxiang in the live broadcast room, me. Kindness. I thought about it carefully again. Bai Qinxiang is indeed the most suitable candidate. Rather than being tricked into joining Tang San's camp by the Min clan in the future, it would be better for me to strike first and draw Bai Qinxiang to my side first. I'm sorry Ma Hongjun, you can't control Bai Qinxiang, so let me, Shenfan, do it. Rest assured. Bai Qinxiang is by my side. I promise that I will not let her end up running out of life and sleep alone in Douluo continent like her original destiny. Instead, I will let her live forever. Douluo Bai Qinxiang in the live broadcast room, didn't you say you were looking for teammates? Why does it sound more and more wrong? Douluo Yishuiuer in the live broadcast room said, maybe it's your twin ponytail attributes that made Shenfan think of having sex as he said it. After all, twin ponytails, if you hold one in each hand, they will have a unique flavor when driving. Douluo by Xinxiang in the live broadcast room. Alright. Let's stop writing here today. I heard the footsteps of Yan Yan. There is also a very large copy of the game waiting for me later. Jia. After writing this, Shen Fan put away his diary and said in his mind, "System, turn off the live broadcast. The live broadcast has been closed. Start settling rewards now. Congratulations to the host for getting 80,000 points, and congratulations to the host for getting 10 pairs of silk. Rewards have been distributed. Please host to check it yourself." After saying that, the system continued to follow the old rules and began to distribute the rewards to the girls this time. Congratulations to Xue Binger for winning the grand prize. You will get an attached soul bone that can grow for 150,000 years. The girls will get 500 points to 1. It ranges from 1,000 points. Douluo Yishuiuir in the live broadcast room. Fuck you. Is this the diary system helping Shen Fan pursue my sister's rhythm? Shen Fan just finished saying that he likes my sister the most, and the diary system gave me a big gift. Douluo Yishue Binger in the live broadcast room. You are thinking too much. If it's like what you say, then all of us should get the big prize every time. Douluo Yishuiuir in the live broadcast room. What you said makes sense. Although Shen Fan likes you the most, he also likes us. For example, the twin ponytails are quite popular with Shen Fan. Douluo by Xinxiang in the live broadcast room. At the same time, Shen Fan was naturally unaware of the excitement in the live broadcast room. At this moment, he was speechlessly complaining about the diary system. What? HiSi. Is there such a reward? With or without letters, Shen Fan had a dark look on his face. This is no ordinary HiSi. Just take it out and read the introduction above. The diary system said. Oh. Hearing this, Shen Fan took out a pair of high-quality silk with doubts and read the introduction above. The next second, Shen Fan couldn't help but take out his diary and record it. The rewards for my live broadcast just now were 10 pairs of high-quality silk. At first, I thought the diary system was starting to get weird again. But it turns out that the diary system is still very reliable. At least, regardless of whether I can use the rewards given by the other party, there will always be one or a few beauties I like who can use them. Take this times 10 pairs of high-quality silk for example. As long as it is worn on the body, this pair of silk will automatically protect the owner when receiving a fatal attack. That's right, it's the automatic protector. According to the above introduction, each pair of silk can stimulate the body-protecting divine light for up to 30 minutes, and the body-protecting divine light can defend against the full attack of a God King level powerhouse. Douluo Air in the live broadcast room said for a long time, incredible. I really want a pair. Douluo Yishuiuir in the live broadcast room. It's a pity that it's HiSi. It would be nice if it was blue. It just matches our Tianshui college. Douluo Yawowu in the live broadcast room said, with such a priceless treasure, why are you still talking nonsense? I usually like to wear red because of the academy. However, as long as I can get a pair of high-quality silk, the academy is nothing. Douluo Yaozi in the live broadcast room. Huo Wu is right. Chapter 84 Dugu Yan's Unexpected Divine Test Content. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Also, this silk has an automatic cleaning function, so there is no need to wash it at all, so there is no need to change it. Anyway, the styles of the 10 pairs are exactly the same. Let me think about who should give these 10 pairs of silk. Needless to say, Yan Yan is my first daughter-in-law. She must be the first to enjoy good things. Then there is Long Long. Anyway, the two of us did everything except the last step, and I cannot be irresponsible. Douluo Yibadong in the live broadcast room. Haha, Long Long. The cow is an old cow, and the cock is a young cock. Douluo Ilyo Erlong in the live broadcast room. Next is Yi Lingling. She and Yan Yan are best friends and one of my designated wives, so they naturally enjoy the same treatment. However, Ling Ling is a cool beauty and usually wears silver pantyhose. I wonder if it will not match her temperament if she changes to high silk stockings. To be honest. Not only Ling Ling, even Yan Yan wears high-quality silk, which is a bit inconsistent with her temperament. High silk is more suitable for beauties who are more elegant. For example, Long Long and Bibi Dong. Oh, right. There are also Tang Yuehua, Tang San's aunt, and great white shark Xiaobai, the island-protecting mermaid demon soul of Poseidon Island. They are also very elegant and are also very suitable for wearing high-end silk. Hey. Now that Long Long has been almost captured by me, Bibi Dong, Tang Yuehua, and Xiaobai will not be able to escape in the future. Sooner or later, I will show them to them. Douluo Ilyo Erlong in the live broadcast room, if such a day comes, in the order of first come, first served, my status will be higher than yours. Douluo Yibidong in the live broadcast room, it is impossible for me and him. The most I can do is marry Xue or Nana to him. When the time comes, I will be Yuma. Douluo Ilyo Erlong in the live broadcast room. Douluo Qian Ren Xue in the live broadcast room. It seems to be off topic. Back to business. Logically speaking, the next ones should be Xiao Wu, Ning Rongrong, Zhu Zhuqing, Jiang Zhu, and Bai Qinxiang who has not joined the team so far. It's just that, except for Jiang Zhu, the other four women have more or less some relationship with Tang San and the others. Even though Shrek Sanmei seems to have some conflicts with Tang San and the others now, who can say clearly about feelings. Hey, I have a headache. Never mind. Shrek 3 beauties will be decided first. Furthermore, based on my current relationship with them, even if I want to give them some sweets, they probably won't accept it. Maybe they will think that I am playing tricks on them. After all, HiSi is no different from ordinary items, it has those attributes. Douluo E Shrek Sanmei in the live broadcast room. In this calculation, Yan Yan, Long Long, Ling Ling, Jiang Zhu, and Bai Qinxiang have used 5 pairs of high-quality silk. Adding in the pending Shrek 3 beauties, there are only 2 pairs left. Douluo E Bai Qinxiang in the live broadcast room, didn't you say that I am from Tang San's side? Why do you trust me so much? You didn't even wait for a decision, and you just gave me a pair. Douluo Yishui in the live broadcast room said, maybe it's your twin ponytails. Douluo Bai Qinxiang in the live broadcast room, is this the reason again? Bai Qinxiang was speechless. Douluo Yiwowu in the live broadcast room, can you please stop talking nonsense? Obviously, Shen Fan didn't leave Bai Qinxiang pending. That's because Bai Qinxiang's character is worthy of Shen Fan's trust. Douluo E Shrek Sanmei in the live broadcast room. Huo Wu's words made Xiao Wu and the others' faces darken. No more writing. Yan Yan has arrived at the door. Keep the remaining 2 pairs of high-quality silk for now, and distribute them according to the situation later. After taking back the diary, Shen Fan stood up and hugged Dugu Yan as he came in. He pushed Dugu Yan onto the couch and then moved forward. The sweetness continued until Dugu Yan couldn't bear it anymore and begged for mercy. Then he let him go and started to talk. Get down to business. Yan Yan. I'll give you a treasure. Shen Fan said. What treasure? Is this another secret book of spiritual practice? Dugu Yan asked breathlessly. No. Shen Fan shook his head, took out a god of his choice, and handed it to Dugu Yan. What is this? Dugu Yan took the luminous ball handed over by Shen Fan, looked at it up and down for a moment, and finally looked at Shen Fan curiously. This is a self-selected divine position. Shen Fan did not try to be mysterious and explain to Dugu Yan what the self-selected divine position was. At the same time, he also told Dugu Yan his feelings when using the self-selected divine position. What? After hearing Shen Fan's explanation, Dugu Yan jumped up and almost hit the roof of the room. Don't be so excited. Shen Fan grabbed Dugu Yan and didn't realize that Dugu Yan was acting. Husband. You'd better take back this self-chosen god. I have already obtained the true solution to all poisons from you. It would be too greedy to accept this self-selected god. Although Dugu Yan wanted to accept the divine position of her choice, her words also came from the bottom of her heart. You are my wife, of course I have to give you a share of the good things I have. Okay. If you really regard me as your husband, don't be so alienated from me. What Shen Fan said was very natural. Okay. Dugu Yan looked at Shen Fan intently for a while. For a moment, she was so moved that she almost impulsively told Shen Fan about the copy of the diary. If the diary system had not reminded him in time, Dugu Yan might have died by now. Use it quickly. Shen Fan urged. Kindness. Dugu Yan nodded and activated the chosen god in his hand according to the method mentioned by Shen Fan. Please choose a god. Just like when Shen Fan used the self-selected god, a voice without any emotion came from the self-selected god. I'll choose Dragon God. Dugu Yan thought about it and felt that his martial spirit was a dragon, so he would simply use a dragon. Are you sure you want to choose the Dragon God position? Dugu Yan asked the self-selected god in his hand. I am sure. Dugu Yan said. The selection of the god position was successful. After saying that, the self-selected divine position in Dugu Yan's hand turned into a ball of light and sank into Dugu Yan's forehead. At the same time, the voice sounded again, the first of the 9 tests for the Dragon God's position has begun. Content of the first test, help Shen Fan complete the first test of the God of Creation test. Task reward, random. Task time, no limit. Mission completion, completed. After testing, the test taker has completed the first test of the 9 Dragon God tests. Raise the realm of divine examiners to the 9th level of Bai Xian realm. Content of the second test, help Shen Fan complete the second test of the God of Creation test. Task reward, random. Task time, no limit. Mission completion, 6 out of 7. As the voice of choosing the divine position fell, Dugu Yan's expression paused for a moment, and then he told Shen Fan all the contents of his divine test. Chapter 85 Ren Xue, my mission for the divine test is to convince Mom that you can wear it. You are listening at novelfull.audio. So good, Shen Fan thought that his divine test was easy enough, but he didn't expect that Dugu Yan's divine test was even simpler. It could be said that he won without hesitation. Thinking of this, Shen Fan didn't wait for Dugu Yan to reply, and started a copy of the game called Making Medicine with a Hungry Tiger. He wanted Dugu Yan to continue to win. Soon, the moon rabbit set in the west and the golden crow rose in the east. Dugu Yan, who had been chirping all night, let out his last chirp and fell asleep with extreme satisfaction on his pretty rosy face. System, turn on the live broadcast. Next to him, Shen Fan, who had given all his savings to Dugu Yan, did not feel tired at all. Instead, he felt very comfortable and took out his diary to write in it while also turning on the live broadcast. Yesterday, I gave the god of my choice to Yan Yan. Fortunately, Yan Yan's luck is better than mine. Although my 9 tests of the god of creation are simple, I still need to complete the god test tasks to be considered a pass. As for Yan Yan's 9 tests of the Dragon God, she only needs to help me complete my God test tasks, and she has passed the test. Douluo 1 and Douluo 2 Gu Yuna in the live broadcast room. Dugu Yan is the Dragon God. Then what am I? Gu Yuna from the 2 worlds looked confused. This actually reminds me of Tang San and Xiao Wu's divine test on Poseidon Island. At that time, Xiao Wu only had a body left because of the sacrifice. In order to help Tang San, the grandson of Poseidon not only guided Tang San step by step to resurrect Xiao Wu with the divine test, but also made the content of Xiao Wu's divine test and Tang San's the hook is almost the same as Yan Yan's current situation. As I write this, I still can't help but want to complain about Douluo God realm again. Why is it that Tang Yasen's divine test ultimately allowed Tang San to gain everything and become a winner in life, while Ren Xue's divine test ultimately made Ren Xue lose everything, including Daolu, and become a loner? Both sides are clearly taking the divine test, So why is it that Tang San side's divine test is so easy and has so many benefits, while the two girls' divine test of Bibi Dong and Ren Xue are so difficult and has no benefits at all? Especially Ren Xue's angel divine test. In my opinion, it was not a divine test at all, but Hongguoguo's humiliation. The story about Ren Xue's golden juice that I mentioned before came out because she was tricked by Tang San during the divine examination. Look, is this called a divine test? These double-standard gods in the god realm dare to bully Ren Xue like this because the original angel god has fallen and Ren Xue has no backstage. Forget it, let's not talk about it. The more I think about it, the angrier it becomes. I'm still saying the same thing. How did the gods in the god realm treat Ren Xue and Bibi Dong? When I get to the god realm, I will treat them the way they should. Return it to the person he is. Didn't the gods in the god realm let Ren Xue die and give her a golden juice? Then I will drain all the juice from all their goddesses. Didn't those gods in the god realm lead to Bibi Dong's fall? Then I will send them all to heaven in comfort. Anyway, facing this group of double-standard gods in the Douluo god realm, my bottom line can be very flexible. I can retreat at any time as long as necessary. The goddesses with copies of diaries in Douluo 1 and Douluo 2 god realm. Douluo Yibidong in the live broadcast room, it's really interesting. God Rakshasa, it seems you are afraid. They actually changed the content of my divine examination. Douluo Rakshasa God in the live broadcast room, I'm not afraid. I just feel that the previous divine test was indeed a bit difficult. Moreover, Shenfan's diary also mentioned that even in such a difficult divine test, you finally completed all the tasks I assigned and became a new generation of Rakshasa God. In that case, then there is no need for me to make your divine test task so difficult just to test you. This is not the first time that Shenfan has said that he wants to punish them, the goddesses of the Douluo god realm. In addition, the goddess of life and others are obviously impatient with the excuse she gave last time about waiting. Under pressure from both parties, the Rakshasa god still obeyed. In any case, husband and wife are birds in the same forest, and they fly separately when disaster strikes. She doesn't want to put herself in danger by helping god Shura. What's more, she and god Shura are not husband and wife. Douluo Yibidong in the live broadcast room. It seems that I still have to accept Shenfan's favor. Bibi Dong didn't believe a word of what Rakshasa God said. Douluo Ren Xue in the live broadcast room. What did you change the content of your divine test to? Douluo Yibidong in the live broadcast room said, I changed it to cooking a meal for Shenfan at the appropriate time. Douluo Ren Xue in the live broadcast room. What? Cook a meal for Shenfan. Can the food you cook be eaten? It seems that Rakshasa God wants to kill Shenfan. Douluo Yibidong in the live broadcast room. Gun. I know how to cook. Bibi Dong was so angry with Ren Xue that her orifices were filled with smoke. Douluo Ren Xue in the live broadcast room. When will you cook me a meal? Douluo Yibidong in the live broadcast room. Next time you go back to Wuhuan Hall. Bibi Dong was silent for a few seconds and said, Douluo Ren Xue in the live broadcast room, okay, I'll be back now. Kindness. And many more. The content of my divine examination has also been changed. Changed to make you at the end of the sentence, Ren Xue's eyes widened and she looked at the content behind with disbelief. Douluo Yibidong in the live broadcast room, what's wrong? Douluo Ren Xue in the live broadcast room. My mission for the divine test is to convince mommy to wear high-quality silk stockings to show Shenfan. Douluo Yibidong in the live broadcast room, convince me to wear high-quality silk stockings to show Shenfan. Douluo Rakshasa God in the live broadcast room, kindness and life, no wonder you can become the king of gods, it turns out you are better than me. Okay, I won't write this anymore. It seems that I haven't written a serious diary for a long time. I happen to have some free time today, and I happen to write about Poseidon Island, so I'll just write about Poseidon Island this time. I won't say much about the current Poseidon, his deeds can be summarized in one sentence. In order to become a god, he deceived all the sea soul masters and sea soul beasts, and slandered the otaku fish, the deep-sea demon whale king, as an evil soul beast who wanted to destroy the sea. In the end, the deep-sea demon whale king became infamous, and Poseidon became famous because he prevented the deep-sea demonic whale king from destroying the sea, and thus became the god of the sea. He. Otherwise, history is written by the victors. Just such a flawless statement made all the sea soul masters and sea soul beasts believe it. I really don't know whether I should say that there is something wrong with the IQ of the sea soul master and the sea soul beast, or there is something wrong with their IQ. Right. I wrote it correctly. I just wrote two people with IQ problems. Because apart from this possibility, I really can't think of any other explanation. Chapter 86 Tang Chen is the evil soul master. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Douluo High female Douluo in the live broadcast room, damn it. Douluo Lan Fozi in the live broadcast room said, what the hell? What Shen Fan said is true. You all have IQ problems to begin with. If my father is really the kind of evil soul beast who wants to destroy the sea, then there would probably be no living creatures in the sea now. Douluo Iba Sisi in the live broadcast room, your father. Are you the descendant of the deep-sea demonic whale king? Douluo demon emperor in the live broadcast room, does this have anything to do with you? Douluo Iba Sisi in the live broadcast room. Forget it. I can't control whether those nameless sea soul masters and sea soul beasts are out of their minds, let's just get down to business. Speaking of Poseidon Island, the first person to write about is Poseidon, the high priest of Poseidon Island. Not for anything else, because she is the most beautiful woman on Poseidon Island. This is confirmed by my eyes, which are good at discovering beauty. Douluo Ren Xue in the live broadcast room said, Bo Saishi is from my grandfather's generation. He seems to be over 100 years old. This Shen Fan is really a vegetarian. Douluo Iba Sisi in the live broadcast room. As the saying goes, as long as the villain is beautiful, his appearance will follow his facial features. Let me add here, as long as the ant is beautiful, it doesn't matter what age she is. She doesn't want to work hard, she is fine. The girls in the live broadcast room. Unfortunately, the idea is wonderful, but this pretty ant Bo Saishi has already made up her mind. But speaking of Bo Saishi's heart, I have to complain again about the opinions of the female protagonists and main female supporting characters in Douluo Dalu. Whether it is the three beauties of Shrek, the three beauties of Wuhuan Palace, or Lu Erlong, or the Bo Saishi I just mentioned, even if a pig comes out to help them choose a husband, the husband they choose is better than them, the one you choose is infinitely better. Douluo Iba Sisi in the live broadcast room, the three beauties of Shrek and Wuhundian have indeed seen the wrong person, but how could I have seen the wrong person? Douluo Shrek Sanmei in the live broadcast room, Douluo Wuhundian Sanmei in the live broadcast room, the question marks between the 6 Shrek Sanmei and Wuhundian Sanmei were not only for Shen Fan, but also for Bo Saishi, not mentioning Tang Sanyu, Xiaogang and others. Let's take Tang Chen, Bo Saishi's sweetheart who has been waiting for decades. In the eyes of outsiders, Tang Chen is the supreme figure who led Haotian Sect to become the #1 sect in Douluo continent, and he is also a benchmark figure of that era. I'm afraid Bo Saishi, the pretty ant, thinks so too, otherwise how could she fall in love with Tang Chen? Douluo Iba Sisi in the live broadcast room, you have a good vision. Douluo Ren Xue in the live broadcast room, It's too early for you to be happy. Let's wait until Shen Fan finishes writing. There is a conflict between Wuhuan Palace and Poseidon Island, and Ren Xue wants to step on it as long as there is a chance. It's just that Tang Chen is Tang Hao's grandfather. I have said before when I talked about Bebe that shameless blood will be passed down. Since Tang Hao can be so shameless, how can the ancestor Tang Chen be so good? Where to go? I remember I wrote before that Tang San was the ancestor of the evil spirit master. Actually, this is an incomplete statement. The truly complete statement should be that Tang San was the second-generation ancestor who promoted the evil spirit master, and Tang Chen was the first-generation ancestor of the evil spirit master. Douluo yi Tang Yuehua in the live broadcast room, what? How can this be? Douluo yi ba HiSi in the live broadcast room, nonsense. If nothing else, let's just say that Tang Chen had never taken the divine examination in the first place. How could he reach the level of a 99th level peerless Douluo at the age of 40 or 50? Honestly. If Tang Chen really had such a high talent for cultivation, he would not need to find a place to inherit the divine throne. Instead, he could completely rely on his own ability to create a new divine throne. Douluo Ren Xue in the live broadcast room, why didn't I think of this before? With my innate talent of level 20 soul power, it would have been a little difficult for me to reach level 99 when I was 40 or 50 years old without the soul power reward I received when I completed the divine examination. Could it be that Tang Chen's innate soul power level is comparable to mine? Douluo Yishui in the live broadcast room, that's wrong. Isn't it said by the outside world that Tang Hao was the youngest when he reached the title of Douluo? Did I remember it wrong? Douluo Tang Yuehua in the live broadcast room, this. Douluo Ren Xue in the live broadcast room, Bo Saishi, why don't you speak? Douluo ba HiSi in the live broadcast room, this is just Shenfan's guess. Just because Tang Chen's cultivation speed is fast, we cannot assume that he is an evil soul master. Douluo Ren Xue in the live broadcast room, then continue watching. So, Tang Chen was able to reach level 99 at the age of 40 or 50, and he must have used the methods of an evil soul master, which allowed his soul power level to rise at a staggering speed. Don't talk about what enlightenment a titled Douluo must have before he can continue to improve his soul power level after reaching level 95. I don't want to talk about whether this so-called insight is just said casually by those titled Douluo to deceive people. Even if it is true, it will have to wait until the soul power of this titled Douluo reaches this level of bottleneck before he needs to improve his perception. Otherwise, even the accumulation of soul power is not enough. Even if it is enlightened, what can be used to improve it? And certain methods of the evil soul master can save Tang Chen a lot of time in accumulating soul power. Next, there is the issue of Tang Chen's combat power. If I remember correctly, Tang Chen is stronger than Qian Dao Lu. What was the configuration of Qian Dao Lu at that time? Those are 9 soul rings, 8 black and 1 red, with a god-level martial soul seraph attached. When it comes to the level of a martial spirit, a clear sky hammer is nothing. In terms of the age of the soul ring, Tang Chen cannot compare with Qian Dao Lu. What's more, Qian Dao Lu's seraphim spirit itself has absolute advantages and initiative because it can fly. But even in this situation of comprehensively crushing Tang Chen, Qian Dao Lu was still defeated. Doesn't this prove that Tang Chen is an evil soul master? After all, it is well known that evil soul masters can easily defeat ordinary soul masters at the same soul power level. Douluo Yishui in the live broadcast room, I believe Tang Chen is an evil soul master. Nothing else needs to be said. The gap in martial arts alone is an unbridgeable gap. Take me for example. My martial spirit is a dolphin, and my sister's martial spirit is an ice phoenix. When we used to have the same soul power level, every time we competed, I never had the slightest chance to fight back in my sister's hands. No matter how hard I tried, my dolphin martial spirit is so vulnerable in front of the ice phoenix martial spirit. Chapter 87 Haotian Sect is the sect of evil soul masters. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Douluo ba HiSi in the live broadcast room, a truly peerless evildoer can completely ignore the problem of the quality gap between the two sides' martial arts. Douluo Ren Xue in the live broadcast room, I don't deny this. But Tang Chen's talent is obviously not to the point of crushing my grandfather's talent, so there is no such thing as ignoring the gap in the quality of the two spirits. Douluo Shishui in the live broadcast room, is it difficult to admit that Tang Chen is an evil soul master? You are also a 99 level peerless Douluo. You should know how huge the soul power reserve required for each level up is when a soul master reaches the title of Douluo. For those powerful people who have reached the realm of title Douluo, they haven't advanced to the next level for several years or even decades. Is it really because they don't have enough understanding? No. Of those strong men who can reach the realm of title Douluo, which one is a fool? What really hinders those title Douluo masters from improving their soul power level is not the so-called lack of understanding, but the lack of sufficient soul power reserves. That's what Shen Fan said, that the soul power is not accumulated enough. Similarly, as Shen Fan said, the accumulation of soul power reserves is exactly what evil soul masters lack most. Everyone could see that Shen Fan didn't like Tang Chen, so Yi Shishui naturally didn't mind helping Shen Fan. Although Shen Fan couldn't see it, what if Shen Fan knew about the existence of the live broadcast room in the future? Besides, this is just to help tell a few truths, it's a piece of cake, Douluo are fangling in the live broadcast room, that's right. Without some special means, it would be completely impossible to accumulate the soul power reserves required from level 95 to level 96 within 10 or 20 years. If Tang Chen didn't have the rewards given by the inheritance of the divine throne, he could reach level 99 so quickly only by taking the path of an evil soul master. On this point, as evil soul masters, we have the most say. I really don't know if you are pretending to be stupid here, or if you are really stupid. Douluo or Xinlin are in the live broadcast room, you can't say that. Perhaps Bo Saishi really doesn't know how much time it takes to advance to a level after reaching title Douluo. Don't forget, she has the help of the Poseidon Shinkao. She only needs to complete the tasks of the Shinkao to get the reward of increasing her soul power level. She doesn't need to work hard to practice on her own. Douluo Iba Sisi in the live broadcast room. That this is not over yet. If Tang Chen only reached the 99th level of soul power when he was 40 or 50 years old, then I wouldn't say anything, but he also created and perfected the chaotic cloak hammer technique during this period of time. Big Summer hammer, exploding ring, and 9 Ju of Haotian are the 4 so-called magical skills. This is ridiculous, it's simply outrageous. He opened the door for outrageous things. It's so outrageous. Think about it, Feng Xiaotian of Shenfeng Academy just created a soul skill that is not considered a magic skill and is still an imperfect soul skill. He has been using it for about 20 years. This has also led to the extremely advanced level of his soul power. Slowly, how could he, Tang Chen, have such an exaggerated dual talent? I'm not saying that, if Tang Chen really has such terrifying dual talents, Poseidon will be nothing, a god king like Shura god will be nothing, and even the god of creation will be nothing. Douluo Yishui are in the live broadcast room, it's all wool. Douluo Yawowu in the live broadcast room said, although I don't like Feng Xiaotian, his innate soul power is not fake, and his talent for self-created soul skills is not fake either. If there is someone with better dual talents than him, I believe it. But if someone's dual talents are so strong that Feng Xiaotian can't even see the smoke behind him, I definitely don't believe it. At least, there is absolutely no such strong person in our Douluo continent. Douluo Xiaobai in the live broadcast room, I accompanied Lord Poseidon to rise, and I know best how amazing and talented Lord Poseidon is. I admit that Tang Chen is a relatively outstanding young man, but compared to Lord Poseidon, Tang Chen is like a firefly next to the bright moon, and cannot be seen at all. Douluo Iba Sisi in the live broadcast room. Alright. After talking about Tang Chen's own problems, let's finally talk about the problems of the Haotian Sect. Last time I went to dinner with Rongrong. On the way, she said that their 9 treasure-glazed sect had used all their resources to train him for decades, but in the end, they had not even been able to train a single strong person at the title Douluo level. This shows how difficult it is to train a strong title Douluo. But Haotian Sect has been hiding in the world for more than 10 years, hiding in a bitter and cold place where he wants nothing. As a result, the 5 existing elders of Haotian Sect, without exception, all became title Douluo. What does this mean? This shows that the Haotian Sect is an outright evil soul master sect. Only in this way can we explain why the Haotian sect was able to cultivate so many titled Douluo in such a short period of time despite being so poor. Douluo yi ning rong in the live broadcast room, based on the fact that all 5 elders of the Haotian sect have become titled Douluo within a dozen years, the Haotian sect must be the evil soul master sect that has not escaped. Douluo yi tang yuehua in the live broadcast room. Can't it be the reason why our Haotian sect elders are so talented? Douluo yi ning rong in the live broadcast room, Aunt Yuehua. I respect you, call you auntie. But you can't treat me like a fool, right? It's just like what Shen Fan retells. Our 9 treasure glazed sect has everything we want, but after decades of training with all our resources, we still haven't trained even a single powerful person at the title Douluo level. Your Haotian sect needs money but not money, and resources but not resources. Why can you cultivate 5 titled Douluo in more than 10 years? What Shen Fan said is true. This era, with the arrival of Yagami, seems to be a golden age. But this golden age does not belong to us, but to your Haotian Tang family. I bother. Douluo yi Tang Yuehua in the live broadcast room. Tang Yuehua was silent. To say that she really doesn't know anything about what Haotian sect is doing would be an absolute lie, but to say that she knows the true secrets of Haotian sect is absolutely impossible. In the final analysis, she was just an abandoned child who failed to awaken the clear sky hammer spirit, was ostracized by the sect, and was kicked out by the sect. At this point, I have basically finished writing my complaints about Both Poseidons' poor taste. What embarrasses me is that Both Poseidons seems to have nothing else to write about except for his bad taste in seeing people. I remember that she never left Poseidon Island until the second she died. This makes me, even if I plan to write about the deeds of such a great beauty, I can only rely on Tang Chen to describe Both Poseidons in profile. Chapter 88 Both Poseidons treat Xiaobai as a tool fish. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After all is said and done, Poseidon's grandson is still unreliable. Look at Qian Daolu, he is also a servant of God, but as long as Qian Daolu wants to go, he can go wherever he wants, as long as he doesn't never come back. Let's look at Both Poseidons again. He doesn't even have the freedom to leave Poseidon Island. Is this the high priest of Poseidon or the great prisoner? No wonder the angel god is a kind god, while the sea god is an evil god who can play with Tang San, the biggest evil man in the world. Douluo Yishuiyuir in the live broadcast room, Tang San was shot again while lying down. Never mind. Since Both Poseidons has nothing to write about, let's write about Xiaobai, the demon soul great white shark. In order to write more about Both Poseidons, you can't force yourself to write a short essay based on Both Poseidons' up and down curvature and those long legs. For example, one day, Shen Fan and Both Poseidons, who had been in love for many years, finally met each other after going through all kinds of hardships. In order to relieve the pain of lovesickness, the two people who met did not say anything. During the period, Both Poseidons' up and down arcs were swaying very restlessly, and her long legs sometimes moved lightly, and sometimes. The paid content of 100,000 words is omitted here. Douluo Iba Sisi in the live broadcast room, asshole. Both Poseidons' face turned green. Douluo Yishuiyuir in the live broadcast room, keep writing, I like to read it. Don't say it's 100,000 words, it doesn't matter if it's 1,000,000 words. Douluo Yishue Binger in the live broadcast room. Ahem. Back to business. Speaking of Xiaobai, this beautiful fish, is also a tragedy. She became the mount of 2 Poseidons successively. However, both the first Poseidon and the second Poseidon Tang San only regarded her as a tool fish that could be used. Douluo Xiaobai in the live broadcast room, what? Let's talk about Poseidon first. If Poseidon really regards Xiaobai as one of his own, then why doesn't he take Xiaobai with him when he ascends to the god realm? Also, Poseidon clearly knew that Xiaobai's brother was stabbed by the evil killer whale king. Why didn't he help Xiaobai get revenge? To him, Poseidon, the god of the sea, this is just a matter of words. Douluo Iba Sisi in the live broadcast room, you can't bring soul beasts with you in the god realm. Douluo Chen Ren Xue in the live broadcast room, I will help Poseidon clear his name, but why don't you help Xiaobai get revenge? You didn't mention a word. In this regard, Xiaobai said nothing, but quietly looked at both HiSi and Chen Ren Xue who were arguing with each other. To be honest, I suspect that the grandson of Poseidon was secretly instigating the incident where the evil killer whale king stabbed Xiaobai's brother. After all, Xiaobai is Poseidon's mount. Without Poseidon's nod, how many leopard guts did the evil killer whale king have to eat before he dared to kill Xiaobai's brother? Of course. Poseidon did this not because he was full, but to better control and utilize Xiaobai and the demon soul great white shark family, and also to prepare in advance for the 9 Poseidon exams in the future. In fact, this kind of thing cannot withstand scrutiny at all. As long as you think about it with a skeptical heart, you can easily see the fishiness in it. I would like to ask, is there any powerful force in the world that dominates one party, but when a high-ranking member of its own force was stabbed by an outsider, it not only failed to regain its position, but also acquiesced in allowing the outsider to lead people to surround its sect? Let the disciples in your sect be threatened at all times. What's funny is that Poseidon Island, the superpower that dominates the ocean, just did this. As a result, because Xiaobai is the mount of Poseidon, demon soul great white shark, a group that should have had supreme glory among other sea soul beasts, not only did not enjoy the treatment they deserved, but they were treated like a joke. You can hide near Poseidon Island and cannot leave even half a step, otherwise you will be killed by the evil killer whale clan guarding outside Poseidon Island. Douluo Xiaobai in the live broadcast room, no, it won't happen. High Priest. Don't you have anything to say? That if Xiaobai could still remain silent about the previous matter, she couldn't bear it this time. Douluo Iba Sisi in the live broadcast room, if you believe Lord Poseidon, I don't have to explain. If you don't believe Lord Poseidon, my explanation will be useless. That's what he said, but what both HiSi had in mind was that even you, the mount who has been with Lord Poseidon from the beginning, doesn't know something. She, the high priest who has never even seen Lord Poseidon in person, where can I find out the truth of the matter? Douluo Yi and Douluo Air Xiaobai in the live broadcast room. Douluo Yi Demon Emperor in the live broadcast room, idiot. Don't you know how to think for yourself? Besides, Poseidon is Poseidon's servant. How could she tell you the truth? Douluo Yi and Douluo Air Xiaobai in the live broadcast room. I want to note this down. When I go to Poseidon Island in the future, I will first capture the evil killer whale king and interrogate him properly. Xiaobai's loyalty to Poseidon is still very high. I want Xiaobai to be my mount. If I can't produce evidence about Poseidon's dealings with Xiaobai, Xiaobai will definitely reject me. At that time, the 2 riding methods I specially prepared during the day and at night will be useless. Douluo Xiaobai in the live broadcast room, me. Most of the female protagonists and female supporting actors in the live broadcast room said, this durian. Douluo Yishuiur in the live broadcast room said, I'm not interested in riding during the day, but riding at night is more interesting. Huo Wu, let's continue watching together when the time comes. Douluo Yiwowu in the live broadcast room, okay. The girls in the live broadcast room. Alright. Let's talk about Tang San, the second Poseidon's attitude towards Xiaobai. He. Again, it is not unreasonable for Poseidon to pass the throne to Tang San. The 2 of them are basically the same. Back then, for whatever reason, Poseidon ignored the fact that Xiaobai's brother was stabbed. Tens of thousands of years later, Tang San also ignored the incident of Xiaobai being stabbed. This directly led to the entire demon soul great white shark clan on Poseidon Island, and only Bai Xiuxiu was killed. Douluo Yi and Douluo Air Xiaobai in the live broadcast room. Douluo Yi and Douluo Bai Xiuxiu in the live broadcast room. Oh, right. Tang San was even more ruthless. Poseidon just wants to use Xiaobai and the demon soul great white shark family, but he doesn't want anything to happen to Poseidon Island. However, Tang San doesn't care about this. He can even ignore the Douluo Tang sect that he founded with his own hands and vowed to carry it forward to show his gratitude to the Tang sect in the original world for his upbringing. How could he care about someone who is not his direct lineage? As for Poseidon Island. Chapter 89. The little medical fairy asks for help in the live broadcast room, and the diary system I. You are listening at novelfull.audio. So, at the same time that Xiaobai and the great white shark clan of Poseidon Island's demon souls were wiped out, Poseidon Island's fate was not much better. Also under Tang San's indifferent gaze, Xiaobai and Poseidon Island were accompanied by Xiaobai and Poseidon Island. The great white shark clan of demon souls went to destruction together. I have completely forgotten the vow I made when I first became Poseidon that I would do my best to protect Poseidon Island. Douluo ba HiSi in the live broadcast room. This Tang San is really awesome. Douluo Demon Emperor in the live broadcast room. It's a pity that I can't tell Lao Lon this great news. Otherwise, he will definitely feel relieved after hearing it. Can only say. Tang San's performance was as stable as ever. Whether it was the oath he made or the promise he made, he would always use it to fool around when necessary. Once the matter was done, he would do it without hesitation. Throw it away and never consider fulfilling your vows and promises. Just like what he said to Yu Xiaogang, once a teacher, always a father, but in the end, Yu Xiaogang, the old father, was still in Douluo continent and ignored him. Just like what he said to Xiao Wu, anyone who wants to hurt you has to step on me. In the end, not only did Tang San not let others step on him, he used Xiao Wu as a stepping stone. He stepped over Xiao Wu's body again and again. There are so many and so many. Douluo Xiao Wu in the live broadcast room, take my nonsense again. Xiaobai has finished writing. The only ones worth writing about Poseidon Island next are Ama Douluo and Bai Xiuxiu. However, Ama Douluo is similar to Bo Saishi. Basically, there is nothing to write about. If I must write, I can only write a short composition. Douluo Hai female Douluo in the live broadcast room, But Bai Xiuxiu has a lot to write about. I have said before that Bai Xiuxiu is the #1 heroine in the fourth part of Douluo Dalu. After the great white shark clan of demon souls on Poseidon Island were destroyed, she changed her name to Dong Qinxiu, and finally came together with Tang San's grandson Lan Xuanyu. At the same time, Lan Xuanyu also restored his surname Tang and became Tang Xuanyu. But, I don't know if Bai Xiuxiu is really stupid or if she is blinded by love. In short, her behavior is just like another Xiao Wu, who put all her blood feud behind for the sake of a man. Douluo Bai Xiuxiu in the live broadcast room, humph. The me 10,000 years from now and I have already said that we will not sacrifice to that Tang Xuanyu, let alone do anything foolish for his sake. Douluo Bai Xiuxiu in the live broadcast room, that's right. Besides, we now know that Tang San is unwilling to save our mom. If I really meet Tang San's grandson Lan Xuanyu in the future, I will definitely kill him immediately. No one in Bai Xiuxiu from the two worlds took the initiative to mention the destruction of Poseidon Island. After reading Shenfan's diary just now, they already had a slight rejection of Poseidon Island and Poseidon. Douluo Xiaowu in the live broadcast room, it's not over, is it? It seems that you really want to taste my rabbit kicking the eagle. Douluo Yishuiyuir in the live broadcast room, Xiao Wu. Are you rewarding him, or are you causing trouble for him? Douluo Xiao Wu in the live broadcast room, what do you mean? Of course I'm causing trouble for him. Douluo Yishuiyuir in the live broadcast room said, then you still use a rabbit to kick an eagle to deal with Shenfan. Through what Shenfan did to Dugu Yan and Dean Erlong, haven't you seen that Shenfan is actually a jailer lover? You kick him with the jailer. To Shenfan, that's a reward for him. Douluo Xiaowu in the live broadcast room, this. Xiao Wu thought about it and realized that it was just like Shueyuer said. Every time he opened a copy of the game, Shenfan would grab Dugu Yan or Dean Erlong's jailer and couldn't put it down. Thinking of this, Xiao Wu was about to say something when she saw the little fairy doctor sending out a signal for help in the live broadcast room. In the live broadcast room, the little Dr. Fairy of Fighting to Break the Sky, is there anyone from Fighting to Break the Sky who is willing to help me? I will definitely thank you again afterwards. Fuck. What's the situation? The diary system suddenly issued a task to me just now. Yes, let me rescue the little medical fairy from HiSi. Didn't I come from the diary system? Why do you still have a publishing task? Forget it, I don't want to think about it anymore. The little medical fairy is also one of my recognized wives. If she encounters danger, I will definitely come to her rescue. Fortunately, it is quite easy to deal with HiSi, the mob in the early stage of the battle. In the live broadcast room, the little Dr. Fairy said, Douluo Yishui in the live broadcast room, so, we will be able to see the cultural scenery of other worlds soon. Douluo Yiwowu in the live broadcast room, I really want to go and see it together. Douluo Yaozi in the live broadcast room, are you going to commit suicide? Don't even look at what level you are at. Douluo Yiwowu in the live broadcast room said, gun eggs. Douluo Ning Rongrong in the live broadcast room, let's talk. The people in the world of Fighting Against the Sky are very disunified. The little medical fairy even asked for help, but none of the heroines, and supporting characters in the world of fighters showed any reaction. Douluo Yiwowu in the live broadcast room, maybe it's because I don't even know him. Unlike us in Douluo continent, even if we have never met, we have basically heard each other's names. Douluo Yishui in the live broadcast room said, the way you put it, doesn't it seem like our Douluo continent is very small? Douluo Yiwowu in the live broadcast room, I have never been to other worlds, so I can't answer your question. But Shenfan is ready to go. We will know when the time comes. At the same time, while the girls of Douluo world were excitedly talking about other worlds in the live broadcast room, Shenfan also put on his clothes and quietly disappeared into his room. Fight to break the world, Qingshan Town. Is this Qingshan Town? I remember that Wan Yaozhai is a force in Qingshan Town. His vision went dark and then brightened, and Shenfan found that he had arrived at a remote and uninhabited corner of a certain city. Yes. The voice of the diary system sounded. That's good. Save 1,000 points. With that said, Shenfan walked out of the corner and disappeared into the crowd. Then he looked for Wan Yaozhai along the only street in the town and started writing in his diary, I have now arrived at Qingshan town of Dopa Tsangqiong, which is where the little medical fairy first appeared in the novel Dopa. According to the task reminder in the diary system, I need to rescue the little medical fairy from Wan Yaozhai. Then it means that the storyline of Fighting to Break the World has begun. It is estimated that Xiao Yan, the hero of Fighting to Break the World, will come to Qingshan town for training soon. Chapter 90 Meeting the Little Medical Fairy for the first time. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Let me sort this out. According to the original plot, the little medical fairy discovered a treasure house left by her predecessors while collecting medicine. Out of trust, she told her assistant Li Fei this secret, but this assistant named Li Fei he was a traitor in his heart, so he turned around and told the secret to Mu Li, the young leader of the wolf-head mercenary group. In the live broadcast room, the little Dr. Fairy said, damn it. I didn't expect that Li Fei would betray me. Fortunately, I asked for help in the live broadcast room just to be on the safe side. Otherwise, I'm afraid I'll be in danger. No wonder, I just wanted to ask strong men from the same world to help me explore the treasure house, but the diary system directly issued a mission to rescue me. On the other hand, the little medical fairy has no idea that her most trusted assistant, Li Fei, has betrayed her and is still making preparations for the expedition. Just like Hui Yuhao, the son of destiny in Douluo 2, Xiao Yan, the son of destiny who fights to break the world, can also get treasures wherever he goes. So, at the same time that Xiao Yan came to Qingshan town for training and joined the Wan Yaozhai herb collection team, the little medical fairy also coincidentally made preparations for the expedition and was planning to take advantage of this Wan Yaozhai. The herb collection team had the opportunity to collect herbs and explore the treasure house. However, this is not the end, there is still a big word smart that cannot be avoided in what follows. When the Wanyao Zhai herb collection team and the others arrived at the Warcraft Mountains, the little medical fairy finally used an excuse to leave the site of the Wanyao Zhai herb collection team and the accompanying mercenary group, and they just arrived at the entrance to the treasure house. What a coincidence! Unfortunately, he was discovered by Xiao Yan, who was wandering out. In the beginning, the little medical fairy naturally tried his best to hide the entrance to the treasure house under the cliff, and urged Xiao Yan to leave quickly. However, Xiao Yan was not a light-hearted person, so he immediately saw that something was wrong with the little medical fairy. Hidden from him. So, Xiao Yan not only did not leave, but also threatened the little medical fairy. After the little medical fairy used some methods, he found that not only did he not get rid of Xiao Yan, but Xiao Yan discovered the entrance to the treasure house on the cliff. He reluctantly agreed to explore the treasure house with Xiao Yan. In the live broadcast room, the little doctor fairy said, "I must be careful when exploring the treasure house. Accidents can still happen like this. He is truly a child of luck." Next, the two found a lot of gold and silver jewelry and a large number of medicinal herbs in the treasure house, and also found 3 treasure boxes. It's just that the mantis stalks the cicada and the oriole follows behind. Mu Li, the young leader of the wolf-head mercenary group, who had known all this for a long time, when the little medical fairy and Xiao Yan were about to open the 3rd treasure box, he and a dozen of his mercenary subordinates carelessly blocked the way. He walked to the door of the treasure house and threatened to kill Xiao Yan, and wanted to take the little medical fairy back as his wife. Here I want to borrow Tang San's famous saying, "Mu Li, if you dare to covet my little medical fairy, you already have a way to die." In the live broadcast room, the little doctor fairy said. The girls in the live broadcast room. In the end, Xiao Yan relied on the halo of the protagonist to escape from the encirclement with the little fairy doctor. With the help of the little fairy doctor's flying monster, he narrowly escaped this crisis. Again, some time later, Xiao Yan, who was separated from the little medical fairy, went through hard training and successfully destroyed the entire Langtu mercenary group, and also rescued the little medical fairy who was under surveillance by Wanya's Hai, and the little doctor. Because of Xiao Yan's help again and again, Xianyi began to open his heart to Xiao Yan. I remember that this is how it was described in the original text. The little medical fairy has been wandering around since she was a child. It was not until she met Xiao Yan in Qingshan town that she gained a truly unforgettable friendship and felt the happiness that warms the deepest part of her heart. In the end, the little medical fairy gave a farewell dance. At this point, the plot of the little medical fairy in Qingshan town of the Jiama Empire has completely ended, and it was several years later when the two met again. At that time, Xiao Yan had become the leader of the Yan Alliance, the strongest force in the Jiama Empire, and the little fairy doctor had become the poison sect leader Tian, who was feared in the Izumo Empire and almost wiped out the entire royal family of the Izumo Empire. Poisonous girl. In the live broadcast room, the little doctor fairy said. Sky poison girl. Nalan Yen ran from battle through the sky in the live broadcast room, the Yan Alliance, the strongest force in the Jiama Empire. Joke. Obviously our Yunlan sect is the strongest force in the Jiama Empire. Speaking of words. I have now received the task of rescuing the little medical fairy. Does this count as taking away Xiao Yan's opportunity and luck? Well. The opportunity should probably be taken away from me. After all, although Xiao Yan helped the little medical fairy a lot when he was weak, the little medical fairy who grew up also tried his best to block various intruders for Xiao Yan again and again. Enemy, now that the little medical fairy has been intercepted by me, Xiao Yan lacks the protection of the little medical fairy, which may cause a lot of trouble in the future. But to say that I stole Xiao Yan's luck and love, I don't admit it. After all, in the end, even Xiao Suner agreed to Xiao Yan marrying the little medical fairy. Xiao Yan didn't know what his psychology was, but he still chose to continue to act stupid and did not marry the little fairy until the end of the story. Medical fairy. Douluo Yishuiyur in the live broadcast room. Why does it sound a bit scummy? If you don't want to marry me, don't flirt with her. Since you flirted with me and the other party is willing to marry you, you just pretend to be stupid and say nothing? What the hell does this mean? Do you look down on the other person and think the other person is not good enough for you? Or do you want to tell others that you are a dedicated person? In the live broadcast room, the little Dr. Fairy said, "This is indeed a bit scumbag." This diary written by Shen Fan suddenly made the little medical fairy's evaluation of Xiao Yan drop to the lowest level, Xiao Suner in the live broadcast room fighting against the sky. Let's just write here first, I saw Wanya's high. At this time, Shen Fan put away his diary, stepped into the gate of Wanyao Zhai, and walked straight towards the backyard of Wanyao Zhai. Everyone he met along the way was given a slap in the face by Shen Fan without mercy. The knife was put down on the ground, and not long after, Shen Fan came to the little medical fairy. "Who are you? Why do you want to knock out our Wanya's high people?" That the little medical fairy held a packet of powder in her hand behind her back, trying her best to put on a posture that suited her personality. "My name is Shen Fan. Rest assured. I mean no harm to you." Shen Fan looked at the black-haired little medical fairy in front of him, except that his hair color and clothing were different, everything else was exactly the same as the white-haired little medical fairy in the latest version of the anime, and he felt a little relieved. Fortunately, his diary system did not trick him. "No ill will towards me." That the little medical fairy first looked around at the people in Wanya's high who were lying on the ground, and then looked at Shen Fan again with strange eyes.